Before tonight's performance begins, we'd like to take a moment to ask you to please silence any cell phones or noise-making devices. Please refrain from texting or taking flash photography during the performance. Lastly, please take a moment to notice the emergency exits located to the sides and the back of the theater. In the unlikely event of an emergency, these can be used to exit the theater. Thank you and enjoy the performance.
Running on the water, coming to the edge, running on the water, coming to the edge, running on the water, coming to the edge, running on the water, running, 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 coming to the 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 running, 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 coming to the
Good evening and welcome. I promise I won't talk that much because we have a wonderful concert ahead of us here tonight. The first piece was Let the River Run, which was originally done by Carly Simon for a movie Working Girl in the 80s. It actually won the Academy Award, and we had some wonderful percussionists joining us. They're actually going to be here for the next piece as well. The next piece we're going to be doing, we're featuring all of these are from our New York trip. So Let the River Run was kind of, signaling all the commuters coming into Manhattan every day. This next piece is Lineage, which is very important about women's empowerment, and this is all the women looking ahead and looking behind at all the women before them and the women yet to come and their power. This is Lineage.
Grandmothers were strong,
seas. My grandmothers were strong. My grandmothers were strong. They touched the earth. They touched the earth and grain grew. They touched the earth and grain grew. My grandmothers were strong. My grandmothers were strong. They were full of sturdiness and singing, 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 singing. My grandmothers are strong. My grandmothers are full of memories. My grandmothers are full of memories. Smelling of soap and onions and wet clay, with veins rolling roughly over quick hands. They have many clean words to say. They have many clean words to say. My grandmothers were strong. My grandmothers were strong. Why am I not as they?
This next piece is Mata dell'anima sola. It is based on a Venezuelan song, and the gentleman who composed this did this in a Yoropo style. It is a folk dance. So the beginning part of this has a very quick rhythm, but then there's also a very slow part. The translation is Tree of the Lonely Soul, and we're featuring Mr. Nicholas Hollander for the solo on Mata dell'anima sola.
Mata dell'anima sola, boquerón de banco largo, ya podrás decir ahora, aquí durmió, canta claro. Con el silbo a la picada de la brisa coladora, con el silbo a la picada de la brisa coladora. La tarde catira y mora, la tarde catira y mora, entró al corralón callada. La tarde catira y mora, la tarde catira y mora, entró al corralón callada. sola, boquerón de banco largo, ya podrás decir ahora, aquí durmió, canta claro. Con el silbo la picada de la brisa coladora, con el silbo la picada de la brisa coladora. La tarde catira y mora, la tarde catira y mora, entró al coralón callada. La tarde catira y mora, la tarde catira y mora, entró al coralón callada.
Mike, there we go. At this time, I'd like to introduce my amazing colleague, Mr. Phil Clary. He's going to be conducting the men for the next piece entitled The Awakening. Mr. Clary.
sang to change the world. pipers played, no dancers twirled. I dreamed a dream, a silent dream, a silent dream. Silent. Awake, 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 awake. Awake, awake, my soul, and sing. The time for praise has come. The silence of the night has passed. A new day has begun. Let music never die in me. Forever let my spirit sing. Wherever emptiness is found, let there be joy and glorious sound. Let music never die in me. Forever let my spirit sing. Let all our voices join as one to praise the giver of the song. Awake, awake, let music live. Let music live. Let music live.
All right. This is our last combined choir piece. Then each of the choirs going to do a few things on their own. This one takes a while for us to pronounce. I think it took us about a month to pronounce this at least, right? So the name of this next song is Hlohono Lafatsa. Say that 5 times fast. And this piece is got words based on Swahili. It is a South African greeting song. We'll be featuring our percussionist again and also soloist Leah Mossman for Hlohono Lafatsa. Test one, there we go. We're going to have the men's chorus perform first, then the women. I think that might be different in the program. We're going to have the men's chorus first, and then women's chorus, and then premieres will be back. This first piece the men are doing is called Regina Coeli, Queen of Heaven. It feels like it's a Baroque style piece, but it's actually a contemporary composition. So this is our men's chorus, and they'll be performing Regina Coeli.
Regina Coeli, Regina Coeli, Coeli letare, Regina, Regina letare, Regina, Regina letare, Alleluia, Alleluia. Quiaque meruisti portare, Alleluia, Alleluia. Quiaque meruisti portare, Alleluia, Alleluia. Quiaque meruisti portare, Quiaque meruisti, Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Resurrexit, resurrexit, sicut dixit, sicut dixit. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Resurrexit, resurrexit, sicut dixit, sicut dixit. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Ora pro nobis Deum. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Resurrexit, ora pro nobis dixit, ora pro nobis. Resurrexit, resurrexit, sicut dixit, sicut dixit. Alleluia, Alleluia, resurrexit, sicut dixit. Alleluia, Alleluia. Ora pro nobis Deum. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Amen, Amen, Amen.
At this time, our women's chorus will be coming back on for their selection. As they're getting set, this is Sing for Joy. It's from the Handel oratorio Judas Maccabeus. Most people think of Handel, they think of the Messiah, Hallelujah chorus. This is actually a piece from a different oratorio, and many people don't know that Handel was actually German, but we know everything from his Great Britain stuff. So as we spoke to the ladies about this, and as we learned this piece, we talked about definitely that very haughty British diction, because that's the style. It's even though a lot of times we connect the church stuff to Latin, this is a different style. This is still in that Great Britain type of thing. So this is Sing for Joy from Judas Maccabeus with our women's chorus.
Sing for joy.
joyful song, sing joy and praise forevermore. Sing for joy, sing out in a joyful song, sing out in a joyful song, sing joy and praise forevermore. Joy, joy, sing out in joyful song, sing out in joyful song. Joy, 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 sing for joy. Sing a joyful song, sing joy, joy and praise forevermore. Sing joy and praise forevermore. Joy, 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 sing for joy. Sing a joyful song, sing joy and praise forevermore.
You will see more of men's chorus and women's chorus in Act 2 as we do some things with them for some pop music. And in just a moment, the premiers will be coming back in for their next piece. This next selection is called Afternoon on a Hill. It's with a text, and then music is by Eric Barnum, and he's a contemporary choral composer, and I encourage you as you listen to this piece to listen to the textures that the composer has with the poem. It's about making sure that you live life to its fullest and realize all the wondrous beauty that we have, and I know on a beautiful day like we had today, is spring finally here, I think. It's definitely a really touching thing to have for this time of year. This is Afternoon on a Hill, so close your eyes and enjoy our little route on the hill. We have sixth grade choir who are our special guests tonight, and the wonderful Mrs. Kester and I are just going to take a minute here to get them ready for our next piece. While we're doing a few last minute fixes, some of you may have already heard this. I know sixth grade parents you might have heard. This is a piece that was done many years ago. It's a folk tune entitled Homeward Bound, but this arrangement we just thought was spectacular. It was a viral video that was done by Vocal Point, that is the a cappella men's group from Brigham Young University. And they joined with the All-American Children's Choir and did a wonderful piece. I encourage you to check it out on YouTube. It's just gorgeous. And this is the same arrangement that we adapted for us here at Indian Hill. This is Homeward Bound, with some wonderful soloists, both from the high school and from sixth grade choir, with Mrs. Kester's amazing help.
In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red, when the summer ceased its gleaming, when the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow.
If you find it's me you're missing, if you're hoping I'll return to your thoughts, I'll soon be listening, and in the road I'll stop and turn. Then the winds will set me racing as my journey nears its end, and the path I'll be retracing when I'm homeward bound again. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow. Set free to find my calling, and I'll return
At this time, we have a few special awards, and we do senior recognition before our last song of the first act. So in just a moment, once everybody's kind of seated and where they need to be, we said a few things, and then we have some, again, seniors we want to honor as well. So give us one moment for this, and we will be right back with you. Each year, all the students fill out special forms for special awards that we give out, and I have all the students let me know their vocal music experience. Some of them were in choir for many years, many of them were in sixth grade choir, and some of them have been there since early elementary days, kindergarten. Some have sung in children's choirs, many different musical theater productions, so it's very competitive, but I try to give out awards for both outstanding achievements with the underclassmen, and then some special senior awards for our class of 2018 as well. The first student I'd like to honor is on our men's chorus, and he's going to be winning the Outstanding Achievement Award. I'm just going to say a few words so I get to everybody pretty quick. But this student has been involved in many productions. He came to us from a different school, but he has been a class leader with men's chorus. I'm sure all the guys know that sometimes I even tell him he needs to be a little softer to make sure everybody is blending. But in my experience, I would prefer everybody sings as loud and as confidently as this person I'm about to honor. But the Outstanding Achievement Award for Men's Chorus goes to Mr. Ethan Marks. This young lady is a part of women's chorus, and she has also had quite the resume of many things going on in her life in performing arts. Both Ethan and this young lady I'm about to introduce were also involved in solo ensemble. They took solos to contests, and one of the things I feel with vocal music is I always want to recognize those students who go above and beyond. Singing a solo, whether it's in front of their peers or in front of an audience or an adjudicator, is probably one of the most stressful things you can do. You don't usually take a math test in front of an audience, everybody watching. So it's really, I think, one of the greatest achievements that someone can do is to sing a solo and to be confident in that. This young lady was a starring role in our fall musical. She has also been a leader, especially for the soprano section, with a beautiful tone, has had voice lessons for many years, and just is such a wonderful student to work with because she's so polite, she's so humble, and she's just always smiling. I don't think I've ever seen her not smile, and she just lights up the room every time she's in, and that is Miss Riley Grace. The next two students I'd like to honor, one is a senior and one is an underclassman. And I'm not going to say too much other than to say that these two students do a wonderful job with leading our top choir. The one student is an underclassman, and there was an incident actually just recently. He's probably embarrassed that I'm going to say this, but just recently there was a possibility of a college visit that was going to happen yesterday, the day before our performance. And I went to him and I said, you know we have a concert the next day. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I should have, I know. And am I doing a good impression of him? So the situation came up that he showed up at school yesterday and said, I'm not going, I'm here. And I just thought that spoke volumes because, of course, college visits are excused, but it's something that when we have the priority of a concert the next day, I know our students are very overworked in all their subject areas, but I hope that somewhere on their priority list there's room for vocal music too. And I think that's something that speaks volumes for him. So I'll go ahead and introduce the first one, and that is our one of our two student directors for premieres, Mr. Drew Plummer. Many of the premieres know this next one who's going to be also getting an award. It's our other student director of the premieres. This young lady just shines in everything she does. I remember seeing her in productions even before I was actually hired here. She doesn't know that, but it's something that I have seen her for years on different things. She's going to be going into music as a career. I'll be talking more about her as we do a senior recognition. But just a wonderful, not just technique, not just the fact that she's a wonderful singer, but just a genuinely nice individual, and she's had quite the year, and I think her and I bonded on many things, and I'm just so excited for her future, but I'm also so sad to see her go, and that's Miss Leah Mossman. Our last couple here are specialty awards. This could be given to a senior or underclassman. This one just happens to go to a senior. This is the Showmanship Award. I started this last year because I think that students who go above and beyond with making sure they have that pizzazz on stage, that they light up the stage, that they always make sure that they're ready to go for any performance, that they really are dedicated to their art form. She's also looking to going into music possibly as a career. I think she's still undecided possibly as to where she's going to go, but she's always dressed to the nines and always so concerned about making sure she makes an amazing impression on everyone she meets and everyone that she impersonates on stage or is characterizing, and she just always falls into that character. So showmanship really, really goes to an extraordinary person, Emily Eliason. This next award is given to two people, and I apologize, one award is not here because I saw that on the plaque they spelled it with an extra letter, and I don't want to say it because I might give it away. But these two people I do want to introduce at the same time, and these are the Director's Choice Awards. And what I give, this is also an award that I started last year, and the reason why this award is special to me is this really is an award given to the person who embodies the well-rounded student. And I talk to my 8th grade students before they get to the high school level with Mrs. Kester, and I say, you have to know that when you get to high school, you're going to be pulled in many directions. And yes, AP tests are important. Yes, your grades are important. Yes, where you go to school is important. But colleges do look for the well-rounded student. And I know our administration does a wonderful job of really going through to push the arts, the academics, the athletics here as part of that well-rounded student. And these two individuals are well-rounded. They're amazing on the field, in the pool, or anywhere they are at any given time, and they are amazing students. So one had an extra letter put on the plaque, an extra T, so I'm going to get another one sent to her, but the two students I'd like to honor for this Director's Choice are Mr. Noah Vigran and Miss Annie Gerritsen. This last one is our highest level award that we give, and she has been up here already, but I'm going to honor her again. I am to choose one outstanding vocal music student for the year overall for each year. This person's name goes on a plaque that we'll have in the choir room. It's actually not up yet because we just got remodeled, but this person whose name will be going on the plaque, again, going into music, someone who's going to make a career out of this, and someone who I think embodies the best of the standards for the vocal music department here at Indian Hill High School. And our outstanding vocal music student for 2018 is Leah Mossman. We're going to now honor our class of 2018, and the way this works is we're going to have some pictures thrown up, and it's not in alphabetical order, because I know in the past it's been alphabetical, so we pretty much knew after a while who was who. So we'll let the first slide come up with each person. I'll give you a little pause so you can see if you want to guess. That includes students, too, if you want to take a guess. But our first one coming up. This lovely lady is actually not with us tonight. She's actually going to be attending the university she's at, actually en route to right now. Going to Stanford University is Maggie McKenna, majoring in economics and psychology. Our next one. Abigail Wright, come on up. Abby, she will be studying abroad. This is really awesome. She's studying abroad through USC at the American University of Paris, and she might be majoring in film. Excited. Our next senior. It is Kennedy Furby. Come on up, Kennedy. Kennedy is going to be going on to, there it is, Columbia College in Chicago, looking into fashion studies, majoring in fashion studies. Congratulations, Kennedy. Our next one. It's Antonio Vega Torres. Antonio is going to be going to Emerson. And he's going to be majoring in journalism. Our next one. Any guesses? It's Maddie Damagala. Madeline Damagala is going to be going to the University of Michigan. I thought I'd hear some, I heard that, uh-huh. She's going to be a fine arts major and hopes to work for Disney one day. I'm excited to see that. Next up. Guesses? Oh, it's Leah Mossman. She's going to Oklahoma City University, majoring in musical theater. All right, next one. Jonah's pretty good at this. I hear it over here. Emily Eliason. So, Emily is going to Hogwarts. So she's going to tell you a little more about where she's going, what she's looking at doing.
So I'm currently undecided. As of May 1st on Tuesday, I will have to make my decision. But I am between Wright State University and New York University for musical theater.
Just a couple to go, not too many this year. Our next one? Yeah, Georgia Kennedy. She'll be going to Lenore Ryan University. She's majoring in pre-physical therapy. And I know she was just recently honored. She's also be playing lacrosse for them, too. She's a big lacrosse player, so. Almost there. Of our two senior guys, I think it's getting pretty obvious here. Noah Vigran. Noah Vigrant's going to be going to Stanford University and currently undecided, correct? Yeah, but will be diving for Stanford. He's amazing, and a two-time state diving champion, which I think many of you know, but in case, an amazing accomplishment, our two-time state dive champ. I guess it's kind of obvious at this point, but Annie Gerritsen. Annie will be attending USC, majoring in acting at their School of Dramatic Arts. And it is tradition for our final piece for the act here, and then we will have a short 10-minute intermission. This is the famous Billy Joel piece, And So It Goes, sung by our underclassmen and seniors. All right, we will be back in 10 minutes with our next act. Thank you.
How does a scoundrel, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. And the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait, just you wait.
Alexander Hamilton, you're waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings for you. Never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton, America sings for you. Will they know what you overcame? Will they know you broke the game? You'll never be the same.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Rise up when you're living on your knees. You rise up, tell your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up.
I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. We're gonna rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Time to take a shot, and I am not throwing away my shot. Work, work, Angelica. Work, work, Eliza. And Peggy. Work, Skylar's sister. Angelica. Peggy. Eliza. Work.
Daddy said to be home by sundown.
Daddy doesn't need to know.
Daddy said not to go downtown.
Like I said, you're free to go. But look around, look around. Angelica, remind me what we're looking for. Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. Work. Woo!
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration.
Behold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'ma compel him to include women in the sequel. Cause I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration.
Behold these truths to be self-evident. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan. We just happen to be the greatest city in the world. Ooh, I do. Hey, ooh, I do. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning in 'em.
I have never been the type to try and grab the spotlight. We were at a revel with some rebels on a hot night, laughing at my sister as she's dazzling the room. And you walk in and my heart went boom.
My sister made her way across the room to you, and I get nervous thinking what she gonna do. She grabs me by the arm, I'm thinking I'm through. Then you look back at me and suddenly I'm helpless. Oh, look at those eyes. Whoa, I'm helpless. I know.
Well, life's gonna be fine, cause Eliza's in it.
I run into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm down for the count and I'm drowning and I'm helpless.
The Battle of Yorktown, 1781.
I imagine there's so much through my memory. This is where it gets me. On my feet, the enemy ahead of me. If this is the enemy, at least I have a friend with me. Weapon in my hand, a command, and my men with me. Then I remember my Eliza's expecting me. Not only that, my Eliza's expecting. We gotta go, gotta get the job done. Gotta start a new nation, gotta meet my son.
I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. You know I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot.
The world turns upside down.
Freedom for America! Freedom for France!
Gotta meet my son. We won!
We won!
We won!
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Jefferson. I'll give him this. Hamilton's financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't undo it if I tried, and I tried.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Madison.
He took our country from bankruptcy to prosperity. I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Every other founding father story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old. And when you're gone, who remembers your name?
I put myself back in the narrative. I stop wasting time on tears and live another 50 years. It's not enough. I interview every soldier who fought by your side. I try to make sense of your thousands of pages of writings. You really do write like you're writing at a time.
She's alive, please tell your story.
She's buried in Trinity Church near you.
When I needed her most, she was right on time. And I'm still not through. I ask myself, what would you do if you had more time? The Lord in His kindness, He gives me what you always wanted. He gives me more time. I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument.
Tells our story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Really tell your story.
Show you what I'm proudest of. I established the first private orphanage in New York City. I helped to raise hundreds of children. I get to see them growing up. In their eyes, I see you, Alexander. I see you
every time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell my story? Oh, I can't wait to see you again. It's only a matter of time.
As the premiers are taking the stage, a couple things really quick. This next piece is a classic, and I actually talked to the students and I said, hey, we got a spring concert coming up. What are some favorite tunes? And this is the choice that they made. Famous rock group, I think we all know Queen, and this is Somebody to Love, and we'll be featuring several soloists on this. And so we'll start off with our first one, Mr. Garrick Lindbergh. This is Somebody to Love by our Indian Hill High School premiers.
Find me somebody to love.
Each morning I get up, I die a little. Can't barely stand on my feet.
Take a look in the mirror and cry. What you doing to me?
I've spent all my years believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord,
Somebody, oh somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache in my bones. At the end, I take home my hard-earned money on my own.
I get down on my knees and I praise the Lord till the tears run down from my eyes, Lord.
Somebody, oh somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
Somebody to love. Find me 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 somebody to love. Somebody, 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 somebody.
Find me somebody to love. Anybody find me
Somebody to love.
Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody
This next piece we performed back at our cabaret, and I think it's such a wonderful message. And I talked to the premiers about it, and I said, I really think this one bears repeating. A very famous musical won the Tony this year, Dear Evan Hansen. And the story is just so fitting for youth today, just about not feeling like there's somebody there for them. And you know, there's many deep, dark themes within this musical, but the message of hope and the message of inspiration behind Dear Evan Hansen, I think really is encompassed by this piece. This is a tearjerker moment, and we did some wonderful, I think, cool choreography with it as well, featuring our soloists that we have. This is You Will Be Found from the musical Dear Evan Hansen.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? So let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the word,
From across the silence, your voice is heard.
Someone will come running, to take you home. Someone will come running to take you home. To take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you
crashing through. When you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground.
You'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. Even when the dark comes crashing through, you will be found. When you need someone to carry you, you will be found. You will be found.
Thank you. Alex Erickson, if we could round of applause for Alex. He was filling in for Will Warfel today on that solo. Special round of applause to Alex. We wrap up today with a song that I just think you can't help but want to dance with this one. So feel free to get up and move a little bit with this one. This is a exciting piece from Hairspray, the closer for the musical. This is You Can't Stop the Beat. Again, thank you so much for being here. I want to give a special shout out to our wonderful administration. I know many of them are here. I probably cannot see everybody, but if they could at least wave and be recognized. I see a few. There's Dr. Miles. Awesome. I know some of our principals were here too, but I cannot see. Somebody's back there. I can't see who it is. Somebody to love. No. But thank you so much, administrators. Thank you, parents. Thank you, everyone who was here tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your support of the arts here in Indian Hill. And have a wonderful, safe trip home and a wonderful summer break. All right, here's You Can't Stop the Beat.
In avalanches, it races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. And you can try to stop my dancing feet, but it just cannot stand still.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.